Hello students, good afternoon. Welcome to chemistry class. In this class we will discuss about the third part of the chapter P block elements, in which we will discuss compound of nitrogen, that is the first compound known as ammonia, which formula is NH3. So we will discuss here the manufacturing process, physical and chemical properties and uses of ammonia. So ammonia is perhaps the most important compound of nitrogen and used as a starting material for the preparation of many other useful compounds. Okay, so manufacturing. So ammonia is generally manufactured by the Haber's process, and this process involves the following chemical reaction, in which N2 with 3 mole of hydrogen will react and form 2 moles of ammonia gas with the release of 93.6 kilojoule per mole of energy. Means this reaction is reversible and exothermic because it releases energy, and the process with a decrease in volume. According to the Le Chatelier's principle, the favorable condition for the maximum yield of ammonia is as follows: low temperature. So since the reaction is exothermic, so low temperature is favorable for the reaction to proceed in the forward direction and resulting in the higher yield of ammonia. Okay, so at low temperature, formation of ammonia will be more. High pressure. So for the high yield of the ammonia, there should be pressure will increase. Since the reaction proceed in a decrease in volume, a higher yield of ammonia can be obtained at higher pressure. The pressure should be of order of 200 to 900 atmosphere. Catalyst. In order to increase the velocity of the reaction, suitable catalyst must also be used during this chemical reaction. The catalyst used for this reaction is finely divided iron with molybdenum as a promoter. Nowadays, iron oxide mixed with some amount of potassium oxide and aluminum oxide are also used as a catalyst. Okay, now come to the flow chart diagram for the Haber's process of ammonia manufacturing. You can see here there is a two ports by which there is hydrogen and oxygen gas pass into this compressor. This is the compressor where these two gases compress or mix with each other. From here, this mixture of gas is sent to this catalytic chamber. In this chamber, the reaction has been taken place, and from this gases mixture is moved to and come into the refrigerating column. From here, it will condense out, and the ammonia will convert into liquid form, and that will collected in this container, and the remaining are unreactive hydrogen and hydrogen and nitrogen gas again resent into the unreacted gases into this compression chamber. So in this way the reaction is complete and the ammonia gas is formed. Okay, so you can see here a mixture of nitrogen and hydrogen in the ratio of 1:3 as compressed to 200 to 900 atmosphere with the help of a compressor. First process is this. Now then the compressed gas mix is cooled and passed through a soda lime water tower which absorb moisture and carbon dioxide. The gas mixture is now passed over the catalytic chamber, that is called as this, and about 725 to 775 Kelvin and an electrically heated chamber. Now the gases coming out of this chamber contains about 10 to 20% of ammonia, and these gases are cooled in a refrigerating column. When ammonia gets liquefied, which will collected, and the residue mixture containing nitrogen and oxygen gas, this mixture is recirculated to conversion into the ammonia. So this is the whole process for the preparation of the ammonia. Now come to the laboratory preparation of ammonia. So in the laboratory, ammonia can be prepared very conventionally by heating an ammonium salt along with a strong alkali like sodium hydroxide or calcium hydroxide, either in solid form or in the form of an aqueous solution. Okay, for example, NH4Cl react with sodium hydroxide to form ammonia, sodium chloride plus water. or ammonium chloride react with calcium hydroxide to form 2 mole of ammonia and form calcium chloride plus water. So it can also be prepared by the hydrolysis of magnesium nitride MgN3 Mg3N2 plus 6H2O gives 3 Mg OH voltage plus 2NH3. Okay, so these are some laboratory preparation of ammonia gas. Now come the properties of ammonia, in which first is physical properties. So ammonia is a colorless gas with a characteristic pungent odor and it causes tear in eyes. Okay, it is lighter than air and it can therefore controlled by the downward displacement of the air. Okay, third point, it is highly soluble in water and 1 volume of water dissolve 1300 volume of ammonia at 273 Kelvin and 760 mm pressure. So its very high solubility in water is due to formation of hydrogen bonding. Means why ammonia is soluble in water? So due to the formation of hydrogen bond between ammonia and water. Now come to the on cooling under pressure, it liquefies to a colorless liquid. So liquid ammonia can be frozen into white snowy crystals whose melting point is 197.4 Kelvin. Now, for fifth physical property is its latent heat of vaporization is 1380 and therefore it is extensively used in refrigerators for cooling purpose. Now come to the chemical properties. So stability, ammonia is a stable compound and not decompose easily. It cannot decompose easily. However, its electric spark are passed through it and it decomposes into dinitrogen and dihydrogen. So when an electric spark is passed into solution of ammonia, then it will convert into its constituent particle like constituent gases, that is nitrogen and hydrogen. Combustion. So combustion means it is neither combustible or not supportable of combustion. However, a jet of ammonia can be burned in atmosphere of oxygen. 4NH3 plus 3O2 gives 2N2 plus 6H2O. Oxidation. So when passed over heated copper, it gets oxidized to dinitrogen and water. Copper oxide reacts with ammonia to form copper plus dinitrogen and water. So it can also be oxidized by passing a mixture of ammonia and dioxygen over red hot platinum gas at 1073 Kelvin. Ammonia with reaction with oxygen presence of platinum catalyst at 1073 Kelvin temperature to form nitric oxide plus water. So basic nature of ammonia. So the aqueous solution of ammonia is weakly basic due to the formation of ammonium hydroxide. NH3 plus water gives ammonium hydroxide. So in the above reaction, the ammonia molecule, a proton forms a water molecule and thus behave like a Bronsted base. Okay. So an aqueous solution of ammonia turns red, litmus blue and phenolphthalein pink, and it react with acid to form salts. So ammonia react with acid to form white fumes of sodium chloride, that is a salt, and ammonia react with sulfuric acid to form ammonium sulfate. Okay. So formation of complex ions, the nitrogen atom ammonia molecule has a lone pair of electrons. Molecule possesses a strong tendency to donate this pair of electron deficient species, therefore ammonia act as a Lewis base. So due to presence of lone pair of electron on nitrogen atom in case of ammonia, it will act as a Lewis base. These are lone pair of electrons. Okay. Now it gets attached to several transition metal cations by coordinating bond resulting in the formation of complex ions. So ammonia react with some metal cation and form their complex compound. For example, Cu2 plus 4NH3 gives CuNH3 whole 4 2 plus. It is called as tetraamine copper second complex ion. Silver with ammonia to give diamine silver first ion, and cobalt gives hexaamine cobalt second ion. So these ammonia react with some transition metal ions and form their complex compounds. Reaction with halogens. So both chlorine and bromine react with ammonia and oxygen into its nitrogen. So 8NH3 plus 3Cl2 gives N2 plus 6NH4Cl. Okay, and 8NH3 plus 3Br2 gives N2 plus 6NH4Br, ammonium bromide. So when chlorine is used in excess, a high explosive substance, that is nitrogen chloride, is obtained. NH3 plus 3Cl2 gives NCl3 plus 3HCl. Similarly, with excess of bromine, we have NH3 plus 3Br2 gives NBr3 plus 3HBr. So when iodine is rubbed with the liquid ammonia, a dark brown precipitate of ammonium nitrogen iodide is obtained. 2NH3 plus 3I2 gives NH3 dot Ni3, that is called ammoniated nitrogen iodide. Reaction with aqueous ammonia. So ammonia react with water to form ammonium hydroxide. So ammonium hydroxide, being a hydroxide, precipitates certain heavy metals like iron, chromium, aluminium, copper and zinc, etc. Forms their aqueous solution, salt solution. For example, FeCl3 reaction with ammonium hydroxide to form ferric hydroxide, precipitate of brown color. Okay, and chromium chloride react with ammonium hydroxide to form chromium hydroxide as a green color precipitate. Aluminium chloride react with ammonium hydroxide, forms aluminium hydroxide as a white precipitate. And copper sulfate with ammonium hydroxide to form cupric hydroxide with blue color of precipitate. And zinc sulfate with ammonium hydroxide to form zinc hydroxide as a white precipitate. So there are some metal chloride which react with ammonium hydroxide to form their hydroxide with different colors. Okay, so certain salts dissolve in excess of ammonia due to the formation of soluble complexes. For example, AgCl plus 2NH4OH excess to gives diamine silver first chloride. Like that, copper sulfate forms tetraamine copper second sulfate and zinc tetraamine zinc second sulfate. Okay, so these are some compounds of ammonia. Reaction with Nessler's reagents. So what is the Nessler reagent? 2K2HgI4, that is called as Nessler's reagent. When react with 3KOH plus NH3, then it will form a iodide of Millian's base, iodide of Millian's base plus water plus potassium iodide. What are uses of ammonia? So ammonia is mostly used in the manufacturing of nitrogenous fertilizers. Example, ammonium nitrate, urea, ammonium sulfate, etc. And it is used in the manufacturing of nitric acid and many other inorganic nitrogenous compounds. And liquid ammonia is used as the refrigerant in the ice plants, and it is used in the manufacturing of artificial silk and as a cleaning agent for the remove grease into a cleaning. And it is also used in the manufacture of sodium bicarbonate by the Solvay process. So these are the uses of ammonia. Okay, thank you. Have a